Players, welcome back. Session 9. Man, we're kind of cruising, and we're almost done with the first book already, which is, wow. So we'll carry on where we left off last week, where you guys actually were able to save Harlock Hamdale, and he told you everything about, these new monks that came to the Hermitage and basically they just tainted everybody in there with devils and demons and all that stuff. So he apologized for Nemia going to Aberton and just the whole situation in general. You guys stayed overnight at the Hermitage, and you guys know that you needed to go to the Aaron Tower, which is on the Isle as well. It's 15 miles the travel. So you guys have had I gave you guys a long rest in the tracker last week. You guys have your spell slots back. You guys are fully healed. I remember the monks, they also identified everything for you in the party sheet. So I know that you guys took some of that stuff already, which is good. When we get back to Aberton or whatnot, we'll go ahead and we'll get the party sheet cleaned up to where there's like money and stuff split. So we'll do that when you guys get back. So you guys found out about these Zolgoths, or troglodytes as they're known. They've been shacked up in the Aaron Tower where the Ion Stone is, and the Ion Stone it's an artifact. It hovers above the tower, and it basically keeps the Isle of Taros. It keeps the lands fresh, and it has good seasons, good crops. But in recent years, like Harlock was telling you, it seems like the Ion Stone is losing power. And then when he went to the tower a couple of weeks back, the Zolgoths attacked him, and they were all shacked up in the tower. And he knows that the people of Aberton had nothing to do with, the lands dying around them. The whole island is basically dying. And it's like, as Harlock said, he thinks it's just the power of the stone that's fading, and now that these Zolgoths are trying to do something with the stone, and so he's asked you to go to the tower, which is 15 miles to the southwest. So you guys have had a big breakfast with all of the food that was left there in the Hermitage. You guys are all healed up. You guys are feeling good. All of your wounds were tended to. And what do you guys want to do? It's the next morning.
You think you guys, should we head out early in the morning, or you want to wait till afternoon?
I don't need to go back to the town. Does anybody else for anything?
No, I packed enough rat jerky to last me like 3 weeks.
All right, well, we're good there.
I love that voice. Yeah, it's 15 miles to the southwest of the Hermitage to where you're at. Like I was mentioning, it's through rolling grassland. So the tower's 200 foot tall. On some peaks of the hills, you can see the top of the tower and the Aeon Storm kind of rotating and kind of floating around the top of the tower. So you guys, did you guys want to head back to Aberton? I mean, you could do that if you want to, or you're free to do whatever you want.
I don't think so.
No, I think we could just head right to the tower. I don't think we need anything in Aberton, do we?
It'll take several hours to get to the Aaron Tower from the Hermitage. So take you a couple hours either way if you wanted to get back to town. So, but if you guys want to head there,
let's just head straight there. My little short legs are going to be tired if I try to go back and then all the way over again. It's going to wear me out.
Yeah, once you guys get some money, you guys can get some mounts and stuff. There's all kinds of different mounts in Pathfinder too.
Like a goblin dog.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that too.
But not a regular dog. They scare the out of me.
they scare the out of you.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe
We can get some.
learn to enlarge Justin, and then you can just ride Justin.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
Get some armor for him. Get some barding for the beaver.
Got that beaver barding.
Wouldn't that be like a chastity plate or something like that? I don't know. Never.
Level 3 lock.
Yeah, wizard lock on it or something like that. Oh,
Good thing I'm a thief.
Oh, you guys. Every time we're done playing, my stomach hurts just from laughing the whole session. So, okay, you guys start to travel through the rolling grasslands of Aaron, of the tower. And it's a nice day out. It was raining when you were, going to the Hermitage. It's the next day. So, I think it's been, 5 days now since the performance that you guys had in the Big Top. So, we'll have another one of those coming up also pretty soon. Can't wait to see what you guys are going to do there.
Yeah, and I already had my bath this week thanks to King.
Yeah.
No problem, little guy. Let me know whenever you need one.
I'm going to have to put, by default, little kiddie pools and other pools and barrels of water and wells and stuff all over the place just so he can, oops. Because I noticed that Kang's asked a couple times, is there a bathtub around or anything like that? So, but yeah, you guys are traveling through the rolling grasslands. Lots of animals are out today. Rabbits and birds are flying overhead. You've ran across a couple of camps, that were closer to the Hermitage of other wanderers and stuff that have made the island home. And, over those couple of hours, that little tower off on the horizon is getting closer and closer and closer. So why doesn't, why don't everybody give me a, give me a perception check. Jesus. You guys rolling good today. Started off well today. Holy cow. Wow. Not a roll under 20. That's pretty good. So we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to tell you, just as you guys are probably, I'd say about another 15 to 20 minutes away from the tower. It's definitely in plain view now, and you don't have to get to the top of a rolling grassland hill to see it. I mean, it's fairly close. You're coming to an area to where there's a lot of shrub and there's a lot of tall grass, perfect the height of like emu, and I mean it's quite obvious. You come across this mess to where there's a bunch of blood, and fresh blood, by the way, all over the grass and the shrubs and stuff. And you can actually follow it's like something was either hurt or killed here, something rather large actually. And because there's also little spots and patches of fur, maybe some type of beast or something like that. And it looks like something or someone has drugged this large creature off into closer to the tower, but in the shrubs and stuff like that.
Well, swords out, shields up.
20 to 27 for rolls. That's pretty good. Hopefully you guys can continue to do that, and if any kind of rolls are needed for combat or anything. You did. I will say this though, Doug. You did save the day last week.
Yeah, having 2 crits in a row. Yeah.
Yeah. You definitely.
I like the new crit roll where you basically crit just by getting 10 over. You don't even have to roll natural 20s anymore. That makes it so much nicer.
Yeah, it does. And and actually, with all
Unless
of
you're on the
combats,
receiving end.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You guys have been pretty lucky. I mean, Zero's taken a couple, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, combat has gone really quick in Pathfinder 2. And I know that I played Pathfinder First Edition a couple times, and sometimes it seemed it drug on just because the sheer amount of attacks and the bonuses with those attacks. And in Pathfinder 2, I like the -5 and the -10. It's I'm really, really liking it so far. So, but yeah, you guys can, like I said, there's something was killed here because there's blood on the grass, kind of blood splatter on a small tree, and this huge creature. Like I said, there's some fur and stuff that's been, fallen off the creature, or been, carved off. It's got this huge gouges in the ground that kind of drug off over the hill.
Should we go check into this or just keep going, guys?
You can continue to the tower if you want.
Yeah,
I got that animal staff. I'll just summon an animal and send it through and see what happens. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe summon like a injured goat.
Yeah. I don't know about injured. I mean, we can injure it.
You want to summon an injured goat? Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. You summon whatever you want.
That way there's like a big dinosaur or something. It'll just like come and eat the goat, and then we'll just be like, all right, see you later.
Weirdly, that makes sense.
So what do you think, Pathfinders?
Do you really want to do it, or just
Emu will be like in stealth mode and try to like follow it as quietly as I can.
So you want to summon it just so something will attack it, like it'll be prey for the most part, right?
So where's the goat? Where's the goat?
I think in all of the years of playing D&D, I think this is the first for me. Somebody wants to summon a creature just so it can be slaughtered. Oh, that's too good. All right, let's break out this animal staff. So, all right, so you get you would be able to summon, basically summon that once a day.
So I have to concentrate. Actually, it takes what? It takes 3 actions to do it. And I can sustain it up to a minute. And to sustain a spell, I have to do 1 action and concentrate.
Yeah. Yeah, don't forget, you also get a bonus to nature checks to identify animals too. So that's another bonus that the staff gives you when you're actually wielding it. So which is pretty nice. Yeah, well, let's see. All right, summon animal would be what, a first level summons?
Yeah.
So you conjure an animal to fight for you. You summon a creature that has the animal trait and whose level is -1. I think a goat would definitely qualify for that. And then you can, of course, heighten it to get a higher level creature, which is cool. So, yeah, you can sustain it for up to 1 minute. So I guess you can just have it. It's something that you would use for combat. So you'd use all. It sounds like that's what it would be. So you would use all three of your actions for that round, and then you would have.
So I can stay back. I'll stay back and summon it. And concentrate on it.
Yeah, because you could like put it at 30 feet, a range of 30 feet around you as well. So yeah, we'll say that you. I mean, what do you guys want to do first? Do you just want to summon it now, and the minute will probably burn out pretty quick, or do you want to investigate the tracks a little bit more and follow them a little bit more? Or
you said it was really fresh blood, right?
Yeah, I mean you can actually touch the blood on the blades of grass and the shrubs, and the blood sticks to your finger, so it hasn't coagulated and solidified on something. So it's sticky. It's pretty fresh. Right. Yeah, it's pretty fresh. It's definitely some type of beast though, with the fur and stuff that's kind of lying around
Well,
spot.
can we look around? Obviously, we'd be looking
Yeah.
for the tracks of what got slaughtered,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
then possibly other tracks of what maybe killed it.
Yeah. Yeah. If you guys, does anybody have tracking? The skill tracking?
No, I don't.
That'd probably be under survival, some sort of survival training, I guess, or
Yeah.
secrets of tracking and hiding
Yep.
your trail. Yep. I don't have anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll ask Justin to start trying to sniff around, see if he can pick up a trail.
I can use that staff, you know. Let me find it.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's pretty obvious. So with Justin, he kind of spattles off, you know, and there's, I don't know, probably a couple of 100 yards or so. You know, he kind of, as he's ahead, he kind of he looks over the rolling hill, and then he just kind of dips his head a little bit to where he's not showing himself on the top of the rolling hill. So it
He's
seems
like a
like he
pointer.
might have, yeah, he seems like he might have found something. And you guys can see the drag tracks. I mean, there's no need to do like this massive, you know, tracking. I just wanted to see if anybody was proficient in tracking, because it was
I'll try
pretty
to
much just gonna be
quietly
automatic.
crawl up to the hilltop and look over.
Sure. Yeah, nice stealth roll, and let's see.
Next to the blood, but not on top of the blood trail.
So, yeah, as you get up to the crest of the rolling hill, you can see that the drag marks lead right to this huge creature, and it looks like it's a slain ox or a cow or something of that nature. And there's these 4 Zolgos, these 4 troglodytes. Actually, there's 5. There's 4 dragging it. And then there's another Zolgath that's kind of yelling at it, you know, almost like cracking the whip, you know, like, hey, you know, hurry up, let's get this thing. And it looks like they're dragging it towards the tower. But yeah, it looks like it was like some type of hunting party or something.
I'll go shimmy back down and tell him, it looks like it's a bunch of those Zolgoths. It's like 18 of them over there, all surrounded like a big cow.
I love it. 18 of them.
Or 24. One of those 2.
So this might be the perfect opportunity to find out if they're just completely aggressive. You know what I mean? Instead of going and knocking on the door, we might be able to talk to them and gain some information.
They look pretty aggressive to the cow. I'm just saying, the cow was pretty tore up.
I've been aggressive to a cow from time to time.
Like when it doesn't want to give you the milk, and you're like, "Give me some freaking milk,
Yeah,
cow."
yeah.
Oh,
And then you gotta talk stern to it. Yeah.
I thought he was talking being aggressive, eating a steak off of the plate. That's what I thought.
That's what I'm picturing.
But the milk thing applies to, I guess, yeah. More than a couple of times I've been aggressive to a cow. So
Oh, I haven't had a steak in a long time. And Texas Roadhouse sounds so good now. Oh,
Good stuff.
Oh,
You
I
want
love
to
that
try
place.
to talk to him?
Yeah, I like to talk to him with the pointy part of my sword.
You guys would probably, well, they would. I mean, the where they're at on the hill, sort of like the rolling hills, are kind of down in the middle between 2 rolling hills, kind of making their way back up another hill. So, I mean, it would because it's so open, it would be hard to get a strategical like advantage to where you're going to surprise them because it's so wide open.
Oh, I thought you were saying that the grass was real high on the side. Is it not anymore where they are, I guess? Or
Not where they're at. What you're able to determine would be this thing was probably feeding here on the shrubs and the bushes and stuff, and then, of course, the troglodytes or the Zolgos, they whacked it there, and then they just started dragging it. So, but yeah, they're in it. I mean, there's like little splotches of,
Do they have any
here's
ranged
some shrubs
weapons
here.
that I could see, or are they basically like clawed monsters?
No, they definitely have clawed. They definitely have claws, but it seems like they have.
Are they
don't-
wearing clothing or anything? I mean, they're just scaly creatures.
No, this is actually here. I'll let you actually see what they look like. All right, so that's what the Zolgath looks like. That is basically yelling and screaming at the other 4 Zolgoths, which are dragging the big ox. And this is pretty much what the 4 Zolgoths look like. So
So they might throw something. Yeah.
It looks like they don't have any armor on per se, but the guys that are dragging, you can see that they have like this, like a warden pack on their back, and they have multiple javelins and spears sticking out of it. So yes, it does look like they could hit you from range, but they don't have any bows. Or
we might
anything
still
like
be able to win a ranged battle against them, though, if we start off far away, make them come to us.
Well, I could go up to the top of the hill, and everybody else could stay hidden behind the hill.
Oh, I like that.
So everybody else would receive some kind of cover and surprise, maybe, or
A little Braveheart action, at least turn the tables on them.
sorry.
Yeah, let's go ahead and try that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to them. They look pretty gnarly.
They're right up your alley. Looks like you can make a couple of friends today, Emu.
No, not those guys.
Not those guys. All right.
So before we get up there, refresh my memory, is there a person specific that we're looking for in this tower, or we're just supposed to try and find out what's going on with this stone?
Well, yeah, Harlock told you that there was a monk from another hermitage, and this monk
Kavnakash.
there was this female named Beleni, and she's the one that kind of corrupted all the monks in there. But Harlock, while he was being interrogated, Beleni and a couple of the other monks, they mentioned that Kavnakash as being the leader of the Zolgoths that are at the tower. So yes, he overheard that.
You guys want me to ask about Kavnakash, if we can get an audience, or what do you think?
Yeah, let's try it. Assuming these things will understand you.
I was gonna say, yeah. Are these things gonna understand you? So
They'll understand something eventually.
yeah. Anybody have any type of comprehend languages or anything like that? In fact, I don't even know if comprehend.
I think they communicated farts and burps.
Well, then maybe you should go up and draw their attention, and
I'm pretty proficient in that language.
that's what I was going to say. Yeah, you could possibly get some of our points across. But I'll go. I don't.
So if anybody has comprehend language, the target can understand the meaning of a single language it is hearing or reading when you cast a spell. It doesn't understand the codes or anything like that, metaphors of that language. But that's up to the GM discretion, it says. So.
Well, maybe they speak Draconic. I know Draconic. They do look lizard-like, so.
They definitely look reptilian. That's for sure.
While they're doing that, I'm just going to go hide off to the side of the hill, kind of in some kind of tallish grass, whatever I can find, like lay down low to try to surprise them if they do come up closer.
Okay. So I guess everybody's kind of hiding except for Kang. He's going to be the one.
Yeah, from a distance, I want to try and get their attention and wave an open hand at them and see if they're willing to parlay.
Sort of like the French at the tower and Quest for the Holy Grail. Hello! Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, you can definitely do that because, like I said, you guys have to
ask them if they've seen a wandering cow.
Yeah, have you seen a wandering cow as they're dragging this huge thing?
Well, I'll ask him about a goat. How about that? I seem to have lost my goat.
Yeah. And when you say that, I'm gonna cast the goat, and then I'll have them, like, distract them or something.
Oh, cool. That's a good idea. So everybody's hiding behind the hill. You know, Kang, you spring up. I guess you're getting the attention of these
Yeah.
Zolgoths. All right, very good. Let me
I want to be as far away from him as possible, mind you.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
sure. Yeah, let me give you guys this map. Those are the Zolgoths. So you're kind of looking down on them. You're probably a good, at least, I'd say at least a couple 100 feet away. So let's put your guys' tokens over here. So we'll just kind of say you guys are that Justin Bieber token is just unbelievable. The masked beaver. So I guess you guys would be somewhere around here, and I guess Kang, you would be ahead to where. Well, how are you trying to get attention of these Zolgoths? And of course they
lost sound all of a
Oh,
sudden.
sorry about that. I forgot to hit the push to talk button. But how are you getting their attention?
I would say I would maybe whistle or give a shout, and then, once they see me, I want to make sure that I don't have a weapon in my hand.
Kind of waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, kind of. Hey, what's going on? I want to talk to you. Come talk to me.
Sure. So after a couple of whistles, you definitely get their attention. So let me put a over here by this. We'll say that about right here is where they are drag. I love the new distance arrows. So nice. But yeah, where that arrow is, that's where the beast is, and then they, because they're all dragging it by a leg. So there's 4 Zolgoths. There's 4 legs. They're dragging it. You whistle a couple times. Hey, whatever. Hey. They turn around. They hear you. So they stop. They drop the legs. They turn around. They're all facing you now. The warriors, they draw a spear out of their pack. They don't throw it, but they draw it, so they're holding a spear. And a couple of them start to walk forward. So we'll say a couple of these guys here, they walk forward. This guy kind of walks. This guy here that I'm moving, this is the one that was kind of yelling at the 4 that were dragging the giant ox. But they definitely see you, and they see you, waving the white flag or handkerchief or whatever you got.
And then I'll ask about Cabal Nakash or Cabal Nakai. Or
Okay, so you're just like you're talking, and you're speaking in common, I would imagine, right?
yeah.
Okay. So when you're speaking to them, they're and as you guys are getting closer to one another, are you moving towards them or
No, I'm not.
Okay, because they're just going to continue to move closer to you. And as this is happening, of course they can understand you a little bit better, and they're kind of looking at you with the confused look that a dog will give you when you're talking to it, going, "Oh, vooshy, vooshy, voo," and they're like kind of tilting its head towards you. And then, but when you say Kavnakash, they understand that. You know what I mean? And they understand that. So you can see that their looks kind of perk up a little bit when
I'll go.
you mention Kavnakash a couple times or whatever you're doing.
I'll try and do some rudimentary sign language with them, and I'll be like, I want to talk to Kavnakash.
I like that. I like that. Let's. I'm gonna do a roll here.
Okay.
So, as the the Zolgoths are getting a little bit closer, and you keep, you're doing your sign language